Hey all, and welcome back to Mario and Sonic Olympic Winter Games DS. The title's so long that I had to switch into an accent to successfully say it without slurring. Welcome to Sparkleton. This place is all neon-y and nice and bright, has some great music and some actually really fun events. So let's do the first half of the map today. That's not really a friendly suggestion, that's just the way Flame carved these parts up, otherwise they'd be like an hour each, and I'm fine with doing 40 to 50 minute episodes a pop, not an hour.
Yeah, no, like, the times when you do, like, an hour-long part are when you're doing, like, finales or really important bits of a game that are a little bit more narratively exciting than things like... I'm not to say that, you know, this isn't fun and enjoyable or anything, but, like, you do it in those sort of epic moments where you don't really want to stop. Or, you know, like if you're doing a Zelda dungeon, in which case it just makes sense to keep it all together, but...
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, sort of, it's because when I've heard bits and pieces of the music from the overworld of Olympic Winter Games DS, I do remember you posting this, and I'd forgotten it, but sort of the second I sort of pressed play, I was just like, oh my god, yes, this song is a bop.
It is a jam, if you will. It is a tune.
A tune.
CHOON. By the way, slight shade towards Knuckles here, because they're like, oh my god, we're on a floating island in the sky, will it fall down? No, it will not fall down.
Well, the other one always does, because someone can't do their job, right?
Oh, that's a Dark Chow. What, is he just going to say, go in the cannon if you want to go back?
Basically. He's telling us what the black hole is, so yeah, like, you can use the cannons to jump between the worlds, although later on in the game we will get easier methods like wall points and whatnot, so...
Well, thank God for that.
Pretty much the only time you need a cannon is when you're going to the next world you've just unlocked, otherwise, you know, you haven't really got to worry about it.
I love how they gave personality like to the light and dark chows of all things, even if it's like just one being a little bit snarky and whatnot.
Yeah, and like there are quite a lot of the Chow that show up, just like there's quite a lot of Shy Guys, and they're pretty much filling the same roles. They're the other residents, I guess, are here to fill the worlds. Granted, there's nowhere for them to live here, but hey.
Well, I mean, at least it populates the whole thing a little bit more than it could have done otherwise, because you could have just had these sort of relatively decent-sized overworld maps and no characters in them bar the boards, and that would have been rather dull, actually.
Going to what we just saw, this game does have an emblem system that rewards you for sometimes cool things like progressing through the story, and sometimes for like less cool things like just wandering around and mashing the button and occasionally finding an item on the floor, which, you know, it does reward you for doing that.
Nice. So, if I'm reading this correctly, Dream Island plays host to a few levels, including the final one, I think, and then like the other 2 to 3 are like on the ground, is that right?
No, as far as I recall, they're just like nicknames for the island. I can't remember what Frost Town was, but I think they're all like got different sub-names like that.
Okay.
So like it doesn't really mean much. You hear, you think of it as Sparkleton, so you haven't really got to worry much about that.
Well, I could open it up in a different video player to prove you wrong, Flame.
Okay, please do, because that saves me being wrong later.
Oh, Sparky, can't you see, you stupid bitch? That would only make it snow because they saved you.
That's just rude. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it would make sense in a way of how to sort of describe these things, because obviously you have, like, cities and towns within them, because, like, so when they did the Vancouver 2010 Olympics,
yeah.
Obviously it was in Vancouver, but some of the events were held in some of the suburbs, i.e. Richmond, West Vancouver, University Endowment Lands, and the nearby resort town of Whistler. So you're in one place, but you're in sort of multiple different areas within that place. So, and within those places you'll also have sort of little districts and stuff.
Ah.
So, because like, so an example is, so in Nottingham, so Nottingham is your city, so that is your Vancouver, within Nottingham, you've got different boroughs. So an example would be a place called Gedling, and within Gedling there are towns. So Gedling would be your Sparkleton, Dream Island would be sort of one of your towns. I can't remember what towns are in Gedling, but I can't really be bothered to remember or search it up, so hey.
Well, fuck you, Gedling Ice, I suppose. I looked it up, Flame. Winter Island is where Frosttown is located, so yeah, they're separate places.
Yeah, so they're just like different names or descriptive names for the actual places we are, which doesn't really mean much when I'm not going to remember that anyway, but hey.
Does it matter if they're up in the air or on the ground? Who gives a fuck, really? Let's go around Sparkleton and try and track this fella down.
Sounds like a good plan. Although, sort of just on the whole naming things for a second, I do wonder why they bothered giving them two separate names. They could have just stuck with, Sparkleton, Frosttown, etc., because you're not going to remember two different names, because that makes no sense.
It gives it a little bit of extra depth and whatnot, Richie, okay? You ask, and they deliver, even if you didn't ask in the first place, I suppose. Bowser Jr. sometimes pulls his mask over his mouth to disguise himself. He also becomes a water goblin.
Yeah. And the 2010 Winter Olympics logo was named Ilinak the Inukshuk.
Okay.
I did say whenever we got those sort of news briefs that I was going to pull out a random Olympic Winter Games fact, and that is one of them. And just to clarify, an Inukshuk is a man-made stone landmark or cairn built for use by the Inuit and various other people of the Arctic region of North America.
Okay, well, skis were developed over 2 millennia ago in Northern Europe, so fuck you, I shit on your trivia.
Jesus, Tom, where did you find that cool trivia?
Oh, in the trees, my lad, in the trees. It's no wonder the Canadians are the smartest people in the world when their trees drop not only maple syrup, but fucking factoids as well.
I know! Trees are the bearer of all knowledge.
I guess.
Well, I mean, stick with me on this one. So,
where are you going with this? Is this going to be interesting or not?
Well, basically, religion and creationism. Obviously,
fuck,
Christianity.
No, I'm stopping you there. No, this has nothing to do with Sonic, I'm afraid.
I don't know, they haven't confirmed Sonic's religion.
Don't fucking make me pull up Ken Penders factors. I almost called him Pen Kenders again there. God damn it. Even after all these years, the Chepsy Palace tongue slip never fails to get me down.
Well, I'll just leave it with the knowledge that I have seen far more Christian Sonic fan art than any other religion Sonic fan art. So, for the time being, we will accept that Sonic is a Christian.
And then came Jesus. So, in this treasure chest that also has a maple leaf on it, because nepotism, I guess, we now have Comet Skis, which will allow us to ski through the skies. Dream events, essentially.
Yay!
Yeah, it's pretty much filling in the Dream Events role. I think some of them in this game are referred to as like fever variants of the sports, because like there's special variants of like hockey and curling and shit like that. But, you know, they are the ones that are more Mario and Sonic themed variants of the sports, rather than just plain like interpretations of the sport itself.
I'm just recalling a factoid about the Wii version here. I think there were actually some, this might be for the Wii U version of Winter Olympics. There was a fucking Chronicles inspired stage for like, well, the snowboard areas.
No, you are right, and I'm pretty sure that was the Wii version. Let me just double check what that was, because I do remember that, and it was bizarre, but it was actually brilliant.
Kind of cool looking stage, actually.
Yeah, the ice game is cool.
I think it was Dream Snowboard Cross.
There you go. News brief. Sparkleton was named for all its sparkling lights. Are you fucking kidding me?
I never would have guessed.
Vancouver 2010's Olympic Winter Games motto was "With glowing hearts," or in French, "de plus brillants exploits," or something along those lines. I don't know how Canadian French sounds.
probably not like a bad forced accent.
I can't believe I actually have, like, a tidbit for this as well. I was watching one of Angriest Pat's streams recently, and because he is, like, Canadian and speaks French as, like, a second language and whatnot, he pronounced turquoise as turquoise, and so did his parents.
Ah.
Just a little factoid for those of you who don't watch Pat's streams. And yes, even here, Luigi still keeps his Boo hatred, his Boo fear, as it were.
Yeah, like, he's the specialist when it comes to clearing ghosts now. Like, that's his role in the series.
I miss Luigi's Mansion 3 already, honestly.
I know. So, just to let you know, because I've just clarified, so it wasn't the Dream Snowball Cross, it was the Dream Bobsleigh that was in the Nocturnus Cage, and that was indeed at the Olympic Winter Games.
It's a good looking stage.
That's neat. I might have to look that up at some point, because I would never have expected them to reference Chronicles outside of Chronicles, given it's like such a black sheep in the series now.
Yeah, well, give it a few more years, and the Sonic Twitter will feel safe to exploit it. Don't you worry.
I think probably the reason that it actually happened was because, Chronicles came out 2009 in Japan, so it was September 2008 in America, Europe, and Australia, and 2009 in Japan.
Okay, that's good enough, Richie. That is good enough. We also have character-specific mini-games or puzzles, and that one was piss easy. You light up the booze by collecting batteries, you get the key, and the way is open! Wow. I wonder if there's going to be like a bigger Boo in the game who fucking cheats.
Wow, I wonder. It's almost like you played this before.
It almost is, Flame. It almost is. What the fuck?
This fucking thing. We'll get to one of the missions for this, don't you worry.
Is that an official Olympic sporting piece of equipment?
No, it is not. But also, just to sort of clarify the point I was making, so Sonic Chronicles came out August 6th, 2009 in Japan, and Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games came out November 5th, 2009 in Japan. So Japan hadn't necessarily had that long to have the negative reaction to Sonic Chronicles because they hadn't received it yet. So it makes sense that it would, to try and sell that game as well. But obviously the rest of the world hated it, so
well,
there you go.
I liked it.
Well, yes, but Flame, we know you don't have any taste. So
oh, Flame, my sweet Flame. Oh, playing games for the internet that the rest of us don't really care for, saving me such tedium, such responsibility. And now we have Tails going to town on some fucking, I don't know, cubes and whatnot.
Yeah, so this is the snow machine. You fire snowballs at shit. So this particular mission, we just got break the ice cubes, which is simple enough. You do get some sort of battle kind of variants later on, which I will be showing off, that I never did work out how they worked, but one by accident.
yeah, so definitely want to clarify, this is not an actual Olympic sport.
Thank you.
So obviously, but in 2010 Winter Olympics there were 86 events over 15 disciplines in 7 sports. So you had the biathlon, which is sort of a cross-country skiing and rifle shooting sport, which is weird. Bobsleigh and skeleton, which is sort of on the slides.
Yeah.
Curling, ice hockey, luge, figure skating, short track speed skating, alpine skiing, cross-country skiing, freestyle skiing, Nordic combined, ski jumping and snowboarding. So anything that's not one of those 15 disciplines is not an actual Winter Olympic sport, although I believe that they may have added a few more since then, because generally at each Olympic Games they tend to add a sport or two to the list.
Yeah, and they normally picked out by the host country, the extra one they add each time.
I'm not quite sure how it works. I've always been sort of slightly fascinated by it, but not so fascinated that I can be that bothered to go and investigate it.
So what we're saying is, for the next Winter Olympics, we want to find out who we have to contact to get the snow machine fights in.
Basically, yes.
I do want to point out with just how easy that particular mission is. They asked me to break 10 of the cubes in the time limit, and I got 23. Alright, they are very generous with time in these early ones.
Well, I mean, like, you can't just end the mission once you've accomplished your goal, which is a failure of the game designer, if you ask me. But, yeah. Oh, we got another one of these. News brief.
Hey!
Princess Peach wears dresses when she's at home in the Mushroom Kingdom castle. Why do I bother?
In other news, 2,566 athletes took part in the 2010 Winter Olympics. 1,044 women and 1,522 men.
I wonder how many of these are gonna get claimed by the game itself when we get to the Olympic trivia later.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That is true, but hey, you know, whilst it's new and it's different, let's just go for it.
She will not talk to Sonic, only Mario will suffice.
Sonic didn't like her cake, it's not fair.
What are you doing out here, by yourself, being independent and shit? Oh, you know, this is post Mario 64, I can do what the fuck I want, Toad.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the start of her wanting to go off on trips round the world by herself. I mean, obviously when Odyssey she wasn't necessarily by herself, but she did decide to go on a trip, kind of without really much help. So, Princess Peach is an independent woman, that is important.
Princess Peach is the face of feminism. Like, to be fair though, like, she has had starring roles and shit, like, she was kind of important actively in RPG, that's what I remember mainly.
Yes, she's also had sort of more active roles in various other games. I mean, Super Paper Mario, I think, is a pretty good highlight for Peach and her character. Obviously, that's a Paper Mario game, and those always did tend to have a little bit more character, but that was a good example.
Super Princess Peach with the power of emotions?
Yeah, that one was a little bit of a different thing. But in general, there have been some good things happening with Peach's character. Same with Luigi, it's just obviously that Mario tends to get left in the dust because he's Mario and really he doesn't need much of a character.
I'm the winner!
Nice job fucking destroying Peach there, by the way.
No, that doesn't happen until after cake time.
Oh, you dirty bugger.
To get rid of the ice wall, as I have told you many times at this point, we need to gather more crystals.
Yeah, but you might not have got it last time, so I'm going to tell you again and again. But yeah, Peach is going to come along with us, and our posse is growing.
Yay!
You do need certain characters for specific missions, so it is of the utmost importance that you recruit these guys post-haste.
I don't know if it's mandatory to get everyone, because like sometimes there's like a trail of you get this character who lets you do this thing that lets you unlock the next character and whatnot. I will be getting everyone, but like I'm trying to think. I feel like there's probably some that you can miss over if you don't get them.
Uh-huh.
But like, just general rule of thumb is if you see a character you recognise standing next to a sign, go talk to them, because they'll have something for you.
As long as they have something for me, they're worth talking to. That's how capitalism works.
Yeah, I can roll with that.
Okay, Peach just disappeared into the ether, I suppose. She awaits us in the character select menu now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all in Mario's jean pocket, you know?
Well, that could fall under several tags, most of which I will not bring up in polite company. Oh my god, what the hell is a Goomba gonna do? Like, skating, I suppose?
Well, like, he's being allowed off the rails. He doesn't have to just stand there under a bunch of blocks waiting to get jumped on this time, so he might as well go have some fun with his life. Okay.
Well, try and lock in a snow machine. Okay, is he just gonna, like, kick the controls and whatnot?
No, we have to defeat everyone within 2 minutes.
Okay, well, this is a Goomba who pays people to fight for him. I see how it is.
I can see the appeal, it sounds fun, but you know.
Alright, here we go. We're starting to feel the minigame dredge set in already, but don't worry guys, have no fear, we'll have commentaries for years. Fucking Knuckles, piece of shit, can't even drive a snow machine.
Although, to be fair, I'm not really driving it much better than he is. Like, I've just got myself in this one position here that I can sort of aim at the rest of them from.
Now, if you charge up, you can get a reticle on screen and fire from a distance, so something worth making note of here.
Yeah, but I ended up finding it easier just to, like, mash. Maybe I should get away from the bomb before it blows up, you know.
There's little bombs on the field. What will they do? Blow up and hurt you, most likely.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, that's literally all they can do.
Silver taking a snowball to the face, that's so funny for some reason.
Is it because it's Silver?
No, I actually like Silver a lot, actually.
I like Silver post 06.
Yes. He has definitely improved as a character over the years.
Silver is an example of a character where if he had debuted in any other game besides, like, 06, or a game on 06's level, Jesus Flame, get good, mate, he would have been much more warmly received, I think.
Yes.
I feel it's a combination of that and the fact that just the way he was written in 06 was more grating, and it didn't portray his character that well, because he was, like, gullible but not played up in the way Knuckles is.
Yeah.
And, you know, it kind of fell into that, like, God, what the fuck are you doing, mate, sort of character trait, which, if they're not going to do anything with that clever or funny or whatever, then it doesn't really make you like the character that much. He did get a lot better after the fact, even if there is no real reason for him to be in most of the games that he shows up in. But, you know.
Yeah. But then, to be fair, and this is not me saying that I don't like the kind of Sonic Friends cast, but the same could probably be said for a lot of the Sonic Friends. Unfortunately, they a lot of them don't necessarily really have a point. But characters are always fun, they just need to be used properly.
The thing is that I don't really have a problem with Sonic having an extended cast like he does these days. It's just that I feel like the problem was more so the gameplay associated with those characters in the early days, like around Adventure and whatnot, that put people off the idea, and it's kind of misdiagnosing the problem.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that one. Because, I mean, obviously Mario's a different kettle of fish, but Mario has a similarly large extended cast of characters, and while, you know, they don't all appear in the same games together, they do all have sort of their own experiences, and because of that, they are actually very well received. Much more so than any of Sonic's friends.
Well, the Mario casts are kept very simple, and so, although there's not really much to sell you on them aside from their design, there's also not much to put you off of them either.
Yes.
And I feel like that is a big kind of factor when it comes to comparing to Sonic characters.
Not to, you know, beat a dead horse of a joke or anything, but I've heard several questionable things about Yoshi.
Well, I know some interesting trivia about Waluigi as well, but you know.
Oh, you won this hole! Ta-da!
I was more getting at that one. People are cool, which is great.
Oh, fuck me. So yeah, this is actually going to be incorporated into an upcoming boss fight, so make sure you're quite adept at going through rings and whatnot, and, I don't know, fucking playing Mario Kart, I guess.
Mario Kart in the sky, yeah, basically. This one, I'll say, of all the touchscreen games there are in this one is one of the better controlling, I find, and so you can sort of steer yourself quite easily. The item usage is a little bit fiddly in the fact that you need to tap on the specific spot while not letting Sonic go flying into a robot or whatever while you're doing it, but you know, just keep your eyes open and it works. One more crystal.
Thank you, Toad. What would we do without you keeping track of how many fucking crystals we've got?
I mean, it's not like we have little icons on the screen at all times to help us keep track of it ourselves.
Oh yeah, were they there the whole time? I never noticed.
I mean, it's not exactly a big screen, there's not much space to lose there.
I gotta say, I do like how you laid out the screens for this particular LP. Is this what we're gonna do when we get to Rush and so on?
No, with Rush, I've already recorded the footage for Rush. What I'm doing is I just show whatever screen Sonic's on, so it's easier to keep track of him.
News brief, Frosttown is cool even in the summertime.
Okay.
Okay, other factoid then is that Canada has hosted the Olympics in some form 3 times. The Winter Olympics in Vancouver in 2010 were the 3rd time it hosted it. The first time were the Summer Olympics in 1976 in Montreal, Quebec, and the 1988 Winter Olympics in Calgary, Alberta.
See, Richie, what you need to do with these bits of trivia is keep them on the same sort of level as the in-game trivia. So it's like, the Olympic Winter Games are held in the winter.
Nice. Quebec can be found in Canada.
According to this map I read once, fuck me, I ain't going out like beyond my bedroom.
Oh, jeez. Hitting a little bit close to home there, Flame. Let's have a look here. I guess I can't hide it anymore. I'm not a toad, I'm a Goomba, wearing a hat.
I feel so betrayed.
It's a scandal.
Alright, so I guess we've got to find the memorabilia and restock the gallery before anyone's, like, the wiser.
Yeah, this is an optional side quest kind of thing, which I'm not going to be doing all of, because a lot of it's just wandering around looking for items.
Yeah.
But the Olympic memorabilia has been stolen, and with another in-game character that we'll meet later, you can basically bribe them into finding things for us.
It looks like it's trying to block the way. I think this would go a lot more... Well, it'll be a lot more entertaining for me if I just turn Toad into fucking Solid Snake.
Please don't, I don't need another silly voice in this LP.
Okay. Well, it's a good job we went and recruited Princess Peach, because she's going to help us get past this swamp here with the power of love.
Aww.
Yeah, not even the Thwomps can resist her charm.
Well. Maybe if Princess Peach butters him up, he'll be in a better mood.
Maybe she just loves the guys that can smash down hard.
Yep. Maybe so, Flame, maybe so. This was fun. I remember having to bind, like, my actual microphone to the DS emulator that I used to record the playthrough.
No, I'm recording this from my actual 3DS, so I had to actually blow into the fucking mic and look like a retard.
Well, finally, putting your natural skills to use, I suppose.
What are you implying?
I'm implying that you blow! You blow hard!
Damn, I have been got.
Got him!
So yeah, this is just a timing game of blow the heart at him when his eyes are open. I really went above and beyond with this particular minigame. I ship it. Do you?
No!
No.
Not in the slightest!
I don't know, like, he seemed to like it.
No. Also, not even Nintendo ships that. Nintendo ships Mario and Peach, and sometimes Bowser and Peach when, you know, they want to be a little bit kinky.
Okay, that's another word that I never need to hear Richie say again. The 56 Winter Games in Cortina d'Ampezzo was the last time the figure skating events were held outdoors. Warm winds and global warming, yada yada yada, we're all gonna fucking die at the end.
Yeah.
But it's funnier when the skaters fall through the ice.
That's what we call a secret Mario trick. Is that Knuckles down there? Just idling and animationing?
Yep, just patting his oversized hands together.
That's a really good model, actually.
It is, yeah.
Hoo-ha! He says that a lot.
I have no idea why.
Are you a friend of Sonic's? I'm...
Goddamn fucking quills, like, I can't not see that, come on.
He's vibrating with rage. Need to beat Knuckles!
He's either angry or he's just scared of Knuckles. Like, this is a guy who flies off the handle and starts punching stuff. Be careful, guys.
I mean, to be fair, what it seems more like with Sonic is that he's basically going, let me talk, let me quip, stop talking.
Yeah, we'll get a lot of that, but thankfully, well, Richie has his tidbits, I have my tidbits, Flame, Knuckles says hoo-ha a lot. You'll have to beat me at the biathlon. If you okay, well, what does a biathlon contain exactly, Richie?
So, the biathlon is basically a mixture of skiing and shooting.
Okay.
So, obviously it's two sports in one. It's obviously more like triathlon, you've got swimming, running and cycling, not necessarily in that order.
Well, thankfully, a Goomba gave us a gun, and we had skis already, so this will be easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Well, you'd hope so.
I gave him a few frames of pity, then just went for it.
Oh, Knuckles.
They do start speeding up in the later games, but you got him rubber banding like a bitch there.
I'm not sure if that was rubber banding or just him using one of his boosts.
I'm not sure, it might be actually, yeah, but this is going between the skiing and the shooting. So, shooting is just a basic timing game. Press A when it's over the thing, try not to fuck up and accidentally shoot Knuckles.
Okay. Well, I mean, you'd have to turn 90 degrees to your right and shoot him in the head for that to happen, Flame.
Yeah, I'm just saying accidents happen sometimes.
Nice! I get free boosts because I'm Sonic, and yum, I need it all.
Also, bloody hell, Knuckles finished that quickly, but then again, to be fair, AI, the shooting and timing was always going to be easier for him than, say, this particular bit.
He should get a handicap just because he's wearing boxing gloves. I'm sorry, no one with gloves that big can shoot a gun that well.
Or at least Knuckles is legally allowed to have this gun.
Huh. Not entirely sure what joke you're trying to make here, Flame.
Honey P, Tom.
Oh, I see. I get it, right.
Sonic looks so happy with himself there.
Well, you would be too if you shot multiple targets in a row.
I thought you were going to say if you shot Knuckles.
Well...
See, Knuckles is easy to rear into, but I genuinely like him as a character.
There you go, we've won. Thousands of ticks inside a big tick. You can skip these screens, by the way. We don't need to see the hearts go slowly every time.
I'm already cutting out the replays. What more do you want from me?
Lots of things, Flame, but you never deliver.
Well, you record the fucking games then.
No, I won't! For the last time, no!
Yeah, like Flame, he's lost me recording games apart from, two that I need to do at some point. I love Bayonetta 2 and Wonderful 101. I'm still waiting for my Switch port, god damn it! So yeah, he's lost me recording games for the channel, so, you're the one who's left.
Wait, you record the games for the channel rather than just reuse your own ones?
I mean, you're not wrong.
You walked into that one, Rich, come on.
Sweet banter here at HFC. Christmas is alive in all our hearts except Flames because he's dead inside.
Well, I mean, to be fair, arguments and banter are in the spirit of Christmas. I mean, think about, like, every stereotypical family Christmas dinner. Like, there's always an argument after tea time. Like, when all, like, the random politics that nobody wants to be talking about come out to play, and everyone's just like, oh my god, why are you racist? Why are you old? Why are you daft?
I love how you just jumped straight to that. It's not like, why do you have differing opinions? It's like, no, why are you a fucking Klansman? Well, as for me, I just live with my mum, and it'd be really weird if the cat started spouting political wrongisms or wrong things. So.
See, this is where I feel weird listening to this, because like my family are more liberal than I am. Wait, am I the racist uncle?
Clearly.
Wait a minute, am I the baddies?
Oh god.
And now that's just made me sort of sad because I know that we've got a general election that's happening in the UK right now. My brain's going off for the love of God, why? I'm just glad that I'm not working at the council anymore. That makes me happy.
Yeah, true that, mate. Although, to be fair to Flame, it did seem a bit suspicious to me where he called me a potato-eating bastard. And I probably should have took the hints from there, honestly.
It's fine, did I interrupt your Guinness time? Oh, I just got blocked.
Yeah, basically. So, playing, so I guess it's just going to be us for the rest of the playthrough then. Like, you just completely ruined the entire thing.
No, what you should do is you make a soundboard of me, and boom, Bob's your uncle.
Well, I mean, you make it yourself because you might have rage quit from us, but you still got to edit this.
True, very true. How awkward would that be if I'm not allowed to be in the commentary on the channel that I own, but I still have to edit the content?
Well, I mean, it's not much different to how so many people are also editing these days.
Yeah, that's true, mate, that's true. Alright, Sonic vs Metal Sonic and the Rocket ski jumping. This one actually took me a fair few tries the first time I played, because it's not just about going farther, you have to time your landing perfectly as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can't land and go like head over tits, even though that is kind of a funny mental image to see with Sonic.
Whoa, oh, and he fell in the drink.
Yeah.
To be fair, that would probably be worse for Metal Sonic than Biological Sonic. That's what we're calling him now, by the way.
Okay, Biological Sonic, Metal Sonic, Silver Sonic, brackets, not actually Silver Sonic, that's Silver, by the way. Red Sonic, that's Knuckles. Yellow Sonic is Tails, but I guess Orange Sonic would be better. Human Princess Sonic is Princess Peach, or Elise if you prefer.
I'm kind of glad that we get to play as Green Plumber Sonic in this.
Okay, now I'm starting to get a little bit mad. I shouldn't have brought this up at all.
It's almost like we're YouTubers, so every time we make a joke, we're gonna run it into the floor.
Dude, I will fucking kick that thing in the back of the knees and drop its grandma through a glass floor, alright? It's done.
This is all we have.
Ain't it just, mate, ain't it just. So I think you've pretty handily beaten Metal so long as you stick the landing here, mate.
Yeah, there is that asterisk there.
Oh, it's going. It's going down.
Don't know if you can tell that I'm holding back and doing this as slowly as possible, so I'm less likely to just go head first.
Oh,
Yeah, that counts.
Well, as long as you don't like ring out or whatever, it counts it, and you went further, so by default you get more points. So congrats, Flame. We beat Metal Sonic, and that brings us to the halfway point of Sparkleton. So we'll see you tomorrow, where we do the second half, as is tradition.
It's all about speed.
Bye for now.